Well, hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day or night, and welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm Deluxe. All right, let's do another freaking Transformer review because I love the freaking Transformers, and I got a big old Mammoth Jim box here today. We got Age of the Primes, Star Optimus Prime, also known as Star Convoy. Beautiful artwork as always. Love it. Looks good. Can't wait for the rest of the Primes and everything. The ones they put out so far have been really good. So really excited for that. But yeah, beautiful artwork right there. So it takes 30 steps to transform to alt mode and then 36 steps to transform into the base mode. So it is a triple changer. There you go. It is supposed to be Commander or Titan class and everything. So there's the back. You got the bot mode, the alt mode, and the base mode. And you got the Autobot Hot Rod, the micromaster or core class, whatever. There you go. Very nicely done. There's our convoy and everything. All right. As always, hit me up some likes, shares, prayers, and care bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. It all helps out the channel. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I really appreciate that. And go to Show Z and buy some Transformers. At the top, hit Deluxe 32. Really appreciate that. So let's just get right to it and let's talk about some Age of the Primes Star Convoy. Couldn't even remember the name. All right. Let's go. All right, so let's take a quick look, because he's got quite a bit of stuff and everything. Up first, as always, instructions, and like I always say, I do like the way they do instructions. Nice big pictures, easy to follow, very nicely done with that. You get some blast effects, which I love blast effects. I think they should always come with Transformers and everything. So you get these nice kind of a gold yellowish color. There's 3 of them. You separate them and everything. We've seen these before, and these as well. You get all of these and everything, so that's pretty cool. So I get all that. All right, you do get his ears, which are going to go attached to his head. Everything they come separately. They're just blue plastic. You get these 2 double barrel cannons that are going to go on his shoulders, and you can hold them too as well. And I'll show you that. There's a little hinge right there. That's pretty cool. You get 2 of those. You get this little blue thing. I think this is called the zone. This is like his little matrix. Nice translucent blue with a little silver little star right there. That's pretty cool. You get this little adapter. This is going to be for the sword and stuff and everything, or for this right here, and also for the blast effects, and I'll show you that later on. At first I didn't know what this was, but I think it's like a bullet, because it goes into this little chamber right here for the gun. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Translucent blue plastic. You got his gun, light as a feather. My gosh. Doesn't feel like anything. You could probably fart on it and, blow it up or something. But anyways, nice sculpt work, it's got something that's just black plastic. And you get this huge blast effect. I love it. It's translucent blue. Very nicely done. It's really heavy. It's heavier than his gun. You get this thing right here. It's, he can hold it as well, or you can use it on this thing with Rodimus and everything. And I'll show you that in a little bit, but it's got a nice little hinge to it. It's got some double barrels. It's got, just black and blue plastic. Got nice sculpt work and everything. So here is the, I don't know what this is called, little thing for Rodimus. Like I said, it can turn into a little base, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But yeah, nice paint, silver, red, got the nice Autobot in yellow, very nice blue, metallic blue windows, which is nice. I like that. It does roll right here, but these wheels do not. But we'll look at that in a little bit. Once again, talk about Rodimus. Here he is. We'll take a quick look at him, but we'll talk more little details a little bit later. Come on now. I mean, they don't even hide it. Could you at least painted that in, gold or something maybe? That just looks so ugly. Like, jeebus, come on now. Anyways, there he is. And you get 2 of these are the leg pieces on the back, because he is parts forming. It will attach right here, and I'll show you that. And it's got the treads and everything. I'll show you that in a little bit. But yeah, there you go. I think that is everything that he comes with. All right, I'm going to talk about Hot Rod. This is the micromaster. Here's the little, carrier, I guess you want to call it. It's light as hell. My gosh. Feels like they didn't even put any plastic or anything like that. But, it's got, like I said, I like the paint, the silver, the red, nice Autobot with yellow, and then got the nice metallic blue paint. So that's pretty cool. You can open up the thing right there, and he will fit in there. So, you got that going on. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Right there. And like I said, it turns into like a little base. You take this off right here, and you can flip. And they're really tight, so you may have to get a spudger. Anyways, you put it like that, and then you just put this right here like that, and then you can take this gun thing,
mount right here, and you put it right here like that. And then here's a hot rod, micromaster. You know, like I said earlier, they could at least painted that gold in there. I don't know why there's waffles right there. That just makes no sense. But decent paint, you know, silver right there for the pipes. You got the nice gold and the flames, and you got silver, and you got the metallic blue once again, you know, and then they painted that gold, so that's pretty cool, I guess. The wheels, it rolls just fine. Transformation, basically just flip out the arms like this, like that, and you're gonna flip over this like this, and then you're gonna take these things right here, kind of like heel spurs, flip that down, and there you go. You got hot rod or Optimus Prime. Silver for the face, blue eyes, silver for the head sculpt. Once again, that's the chest. I like that. It's really nice. They did paint the thighs gold. Tons of waffles in there. It's really light. Waffles right there. Waffles right there. Articulation, nothing for the head. Doesn't even move at all, I don't think. Nope. You can go out to about right there. Swivel around, 90 degrees. Bicep swivel. Nothing for the hands. No way swivel. You can Van Dam all day, every day. Kick up, kick back. Little thigh, little wiggle waggle. Knee bend all the way, and nothing for the feet. I mean, you got that little back piece right there, and once again, tons of waffles back there. So you can, I think you could just hold it right there, something like that, and anything. You can do that. You can take the blast effects. You can put blast effects right here if you want to, and I would take these long ones right here and put them up here, and you can have some blast effects and everything. So, you know, playability, I guess. So there you go. That's what you can do with the micromaster hot rod or Optimus Prime. All right, so let's talk about Star Convoy and his alt mode. And it's long and strong. It's going to get his friction on. It looks okay. It's, you know, it's fine, I guess. It does got I love metallic blue windows right there. I got a little yellow paint right there. A lot of red, a lot of gray. You do got a little mix up. They could have put more paint on this definitely, or some stickers or something. Nice metallic blue all the way down. Got the nice Autobot symbol. You got this kind of pea soup kind of thing going on for the knees. Now you can store in the legs because they're really hollow. We'll talk about that in bot mode. But you can store this if you take this off and put it back into his vehicle mode. You can store this, and you can store all the blast effects and everything in there. I'll show you that later on. I'm just going to tell you right now, this is not the best peg. They're supposed to peg in right here. They are pegged in right now, but they will come unpegged real easily. And the back pieces for the legs that were the treads and everything, I'm telling you, they're going to pop off. They popped off so many times trying to transform this damn thing. It's a pain in the butt. It's not the greatest tolerances at all. So the two pieces that go back on the back of his legs, they are going to fall off quite a bit. Just be careful of that. I got some kind of streak right there, something like that, and got some weird paint or something like that yellow right here, or this pea soup green. So that just fell off. So I guess the kid sneezed or something while they was painting it. But there's some some waffles and everything. There's his feet and everything. I mean, it rolls fine. It just feels really light. What you can do is you can take some of the stuff. Let me move some of the stuff over here. You can take your two guns right here. You can peg them in right here if you want to, and everything. And they do swivel, and they move up and down. And then you can put the big gun right here, like that. And you could put this big old blast effect. This blast effect weighs more than the gun, and it feels like it weighs more than the figure itself. And then you can come back here if you want. There's a hole back there. You can put this right here. Then you can put some blast effects right there if you want to. You can turn it around if you want to have guns in the back. I guess you can do that as well. And I mean, you can have, I guess you can have Hot Rod coming up here, Rodimus, whatever, and do that. So there you go. There is the alt mode for Star Convoy, and I mean, it's fine, I guess. It's all right. All right, real quick, I don't have any other Titan class out right now, so I can't really do any comparisons, but there is a, you know, deluxe side swap right there. Here is hot rod and alternators. So he is very long, you know, so that's cool, I guess. Put Brawl from Magic Square. These are all MP scale right there, you know, he's MP. And last but not least, we'll throw in Fans Toys Jazz. But there's something you can look off at. There's some scale for you. All right, back transformation. Here he is in his base mode. It looks goofy. You know, I know he probably did it I think he did it in the original one, but it still looks goofy. So you got this little platform right here. You do got a little spinny Rooney right there for the gun. That's pretty cool. So you can put a Hot Rod or Rodimus right here if you want to, but you can't really spin it with him there. So just be aware of that. I think the instructions actually show him actually on his forearm. So there you go. There he is holding his blaster. So you got this, you got all this. You can, you know, run some cards up in there. You got these little connecting pieces right here. Remember the Titan Returns stuff, or not Titan Returns, but War for Cybertron and everything. You know, the little bridges that hooked up. You know, the bases. They can hook up to that if you want to. You can, you know, play abilities there. So that's pretty cool. You know, but yeah, there you go. Now there's two base modes. So this is the first one. The second one is just basically you're taking this right here. You're taking this, you're going to flip this out right here, and you're going to tab this in, let's see, probably right here, like this. And then you're going to tab, there's a little slot, and there's a little thing right there, and you're just going to tab it in right there. Let's see if I can get the hole right there. You got that, and then you can open up his chest, and you're going to flip these out right here, and then take your hot rod, and he can sit in there and, you know, hang out right there. Then you can take the head and you just Pop it like that there. And there you go. There is the second base mode. And everything you could, you know, put the fire effects, you know, blast effects in there and everything, and all that good stuff. So that's pretty cool. You can put the little bullet in the chamber right here if you want to. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's something. So there you go. There are the two base modes for Star Convoy. Yay! All right, back transformation, easy transformation, everything. Okay, so here he is, and man, he is light as a feather. My gosh, forgot to put these on for you. These are on the back of them. Let me turn them around. Basically, they just tab in. There's a slot right there. There's two little tabs right there. Slot right there, and you just line it up and everything. But these will fall off real easily, so just be aware of that. You'll probably knock them off during transformation like I did a lot. So here he is. Let me see if I can move up a little bit. All right. There's the head sculpt. Head sculpt looks pretty good. Not bad. You know, I got the silver paint, a little yellow right there. It is light piping. I wish they would just painted the blue eyes blue. That would have been pretty cool because now it just looks like he has dead eyes. But, you know, it's light piping. So articulation as far as just all the way around. And you can look down. You can't look up or anything like that. You got that right there. Kind of tabs in, so no or anything. The ears do move a little bit too. You got to attach them. They're on the, like a little nub, little system right there. So there you go. You attach these little cannons, like on the, you know, if you keep them in alt mode, they do go up and down and swivel. All right, so he does have a lot of ratchets. So you can go right there. If you kind of move this out of the way, I guess you can get a little more. Not much, really, to be honest, but just put it back in there. So not the full 90 right there. Ratcheted going all the way around, which is nice. I like the Autobot symbol, that's good. You got ratcheted elbows, 90 degrees. Bicep swivel of the hand, and they open, you know, just kind of like the Jetfire thing does for Siege. You got the little opening right there, so they're all on one pin for that. There you go. All right. Pull those up right there. You do got a waist swivel. No ab crunch or anything like that. You do got these right here, the little things. So we'll move down a little bit. Ratcheted Van Damme all day, every day. Loud ratchets. Lift up a little right here. Kick up. Not the full 90, just about right there. You get the full back. Thigh swivel. You got some big old legs. They are hollow. Not, you know, not a full 90 degree for the knee bend, but he is a big fella. You got toe tilt down a little bit, and you do have a nice rocker. So that's about it right there. And we'll take a look at the back. There's the back and everything. Pretty cool. All right, so there is articulation for Star Convoy. All right, so as far as accessories, we'll take a look right there where you can hold the gun. There, like that, and that gun is very light. This plastic right here, this thing right here weighs more than the gun and the figure itself. Right there, so you got that right there. That's pretty cool, I guess. You like that kind of thing? You can take off the shoulder cannons, and he can hold them in his hands if you want to. So you have that option. Then you also have the option of, you got this little adapter right here I showed you at the beginning. You can put this right here and use it as a sword. Do that. Or you can take your blast effects and you can make you a kind of a flame sword if you want to do that too. So you have that option. All right. And then let me move down to the legs and I'll show you what you can do with those. All right, real quick, what you can do, like I said, you can store the blast effects in there, but for some, I know it's going to rattle in there, so it makes no sense, but you know, you can do that. Then you put the little cart right there. There's two slots on the bottom of it. You just tab it in right there, and you just do that. Hopefully that will close. There we go. And so you can already hear it rattling. I don't... shaky. But there you go. There you can do that with the legs if you want to. One last thing, you can, the zone, whatever that thing is. I can't get this to tab in. I think it's supposed to tab in right there in between those, but I can't get mine to tab in, so I just got done with it. I'm just tired of messing around with it. But you can put the little thing right there. Like it's a little matrix, I guess what it's called. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure. So yeah. All right, I think that is it. That is all the accessories and stuff you can do with them. All right, like I said earlier, unfortunately, I do not have any of my Titan classes, but I've seen pictures. I'm sure everybody's seen pictures. He is a lot smaller than last year's Tidal Wave. He's a lot smaller, but there's a MP44 Optimus Prime. We got one of the 13 Primes, Prime, Studio Series A6 Prime, and then we got Tis McGee Retgar, and there's a little scale for you. Unfortunately, sorry, I don't have anything, you know, Titan class to scale him with, but he is a lot smaller than what the other Titan classes are. Well, hey there, everybody. If you made this far, as always, I freaking appreciate that. All right, final thoughts on Age of the Primes. This is Star Convoy. Damn, they should be ashamed of putting this thing out, man. I don't know where to begin. I mean, this is, remember Play School? Remember the plastic? That's what it feels like. Plastic is so freaking light. This thing right here is ridiculous. I mean, it weighs nothing. You can put it in the legs, but it still doesn't add any weight to it. That's how sad it is. And you can put the blast effects. I don't know where to begin. Like I said, it just feels like Play School plastic. This thing's $150. This thing didn't cost more than $25 to make. It should have been maybe $60. This is not a Titan class because you added a bunch of, you know, a couple things here. You know, you got some blast effects, which I love the blast effects. But this thing right here, this thing weighs more than the figure itself. Definitely weighs more than this little black thing, whatever this thing is. Rodimus is goofy. It's a joke. I mean, they got waffles right here. They could at least painted them or something maybe to kind of hide up a little bit, but they didn't. So yeah, come on now. You get the little matrix thing, whatever that is. I don't know, man. The truck mode looks okay. I guess it's all right. Transformation's easy. You know, that's fun. The playability is there. I guess you can, you know, add stuff onto it in base mode, which the base mode looks goofy. I know it was, you know, part of the original one, but it still was goofy back then too. And it just looks goofy then. The bot mode's okay, I guess. I like the head sculpt. You know, articulations, you know, it's okay. I mean, it's, you know, he's a big figure. But, you know, you got a bunch of ratchets. I mean, I guess that's where all the money was the ratchets. The paint, you know, definitely could use more paint. You got a little gold here and there. You got this pea soup green right there. But you got a lot of red and gray and blue plastic and black plastic as well. Anything else I'm forgetting? I don't know. It's definitely going to be in my top 10 of worst figures this year. It's not good. Like I said, $150. Yeah, this thing should have maybe cost $50 to $60 maybe. And it's definitely not Titan class because it's a lot smaller. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't have any of my Titan class stuff out, but I seen pictures next to Tidal Wave, which is last year, and he, you know, towers over this guy and everything. So he's got more, you know, accessories, but, you know, all this stuff mainly is going to go in the box anyway. So I don't know. It should have been Titan class. Yeah, don't waste your money on this. I wouldn't do it. Maybe if it goes on sale, you know, like $100 off, and you get it for maybe like 50 or 60, maybe then. But other than that, it's yeah. I'd be ashamed if I put this thing out right there. Hasbro should be ashamed. Like I said, just like the thin plastic, it's just light as a feather. Like so, you could fart on it and, you know, knock it over. That's just, it's not good for a $150 figure. I mean, I could have got maybe three, almost four New Age Legend scale with
better paint, better weight, more articulation, looks better too as well, you know, and called it a day. So yeah, well, I hope you like my review. But if you love it, hey, that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter what I say. If you love it, you win. That's all. But yeah, hit me up some likes, shares, prayers, and care bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. Hit me up some comments. Tell me you thought of the review. What do you think of this guy? And I guess I'll see you in the next Transformer review. And as always, be good to yourself. Man, hell freaking Transformers. And good night, folks. Oh, follow me on TikTok and Twitter as well. I'm not Twitter, TikTok and Instagram. And go to Show Z. I didn't get this at Show Z. And at the top, put in Deluxe 32. Go buy you some Transformers. Don't get this. And yeah, call it a day. So yeah. I bet he couldn't even kick the baby. He probably hurt his foot if he tried to kick that baby. I'm just telling you, this thing weighs more than the Prime itself. I mean, there's better plastic on chicken back there. I mean, come on now. Jeebus. That's just, come on.